Well, hello there, and welcome back to the channel. I thought this time around we would do something different. I have made 25 videos so far on YouTube, and I thought, since I have made 25, I thought we might just look at some of my favorite images from the past 25 videos. Are these my best images? Perhaps not, but they are my favorite, and there's story behind each one of them. So I thought I would take a few minutes, come down to my local beach here in the neighborhood, and just talk to you about these images and what I like and what I think makes them special. And I'll give you some technical information too, but let's see what we can look at here. So come along.
Number 10. Number 10 is, what a place. Cape Disappointment State Park is where this shot was taken. Very famous lighthouse, very famous beach, very famous place for photographers because of the waves. When the storms come in off the Pacific and the tide is right, usually pretty high, those cliffs that you see to the left there, those waves crash against those cliffs. But what's the magical thing that happens is the energy from the waves turns around and goes back out. And as the waves come in, they crash together and you get these big, gigantic, wonderful waves. So I was at 500th of a second. I was at f14 because I was doing one shot. I wasn't focus stacking. So in order to get the foreground and the background in focus, I just focused on the lighthouse. To make sure that was sharp, and at f14 that pretty much made me sharp throughout the image. So that's why we have such a wonderful foreground that's in sharp focus. I'm linking the videos down below, so each image corresponds to a video that you can find down below if you want to go watch and see how these were made. This one was a Photoshop video that I made, and I showed you how to combine waves from different exposures using Photoshop and masks and all that. If you're interested in that, please go down and look. Wonderful image. I love this. My dad loves this image too. He's been waiting for a print. Dad, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get the print to you at some point. Anyway, so next image, okay? Number 9. Wow, this is a story too. In California, I love the area around Santa Cruz and San Jose and all that area in there. Big Basin State Park is there. That's what I had gone to or tried to go to when I was down in California the last time, or time ago. Not the last time, but a time before that. The roads to Big Basin were closed, and I couldn't figure out why, so I had to kind of divert off, and I shot somewhere else. But as I was getting gas in town, this little town near Big Basin, it's like, why is the road closed? And the guy behind the cash register said, you didn't hear? I'm like, no, I'm not from here. He said, oh yeah, Big Basin burned down. I was like, wow, oh my gosh, really? So I went and got as far as I could towards the park. And I couldn't get, I couldn't get close, but I started taking some pictures, images around, and a lady pulled up and she said, can I help you? What are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just taking pictures. She said, of what? I said, oh, of just the trees and the burned. And we got into this conversation. Long story short, she led me up to what was her house up on this beautiful mountaintop. And the whole place was just burned to the ground. It was so sad. She allowed me to take photographs of her place. If, she said, please send them to me, and I did. I love this image because this is a stump that's right at her driveway as you come up, and it's such an interesting thing. It's such an interesting shape, and it's all that's left of this one tree that just got burned. Anyway, lots of green. That was one of the beautiful things, lots of green. This is a single shot. I shot on my 50, 125th of a second, 7.1 ISO 100. Anyway, what a beautiful image, what a beautiful mountain. So sad that she lost pretty much everything. She had to escape with her life. So if she ever seen this video, she knows who she is. I hope everything is going well, and I hope that she has her house back. So, all right. Number 8. I love this image. It's taken at Deschutes Falls, near my home here in Washington. It's using my 15 to 30, 2.8 wide angle. I'm at 0.4 seconds. I wanted to drag the shutter to get a little bit of that, well, that lovely water. F14, 17 millimeters, ISO 200. I love the question this image asks. What the hell is happening? What is this? And that's why I love this. Because you don't really know that if you're just looking at this picture, you can't tell it's a waterfall. You just don't know what it is. You're like, is this like a flash flood or something pushing all these logs through this canyon or something? Really neat, really neat. There's going to be a second part of this video coming up too. I'm getting ready to go back there and make that. So stay tuned. This video is down in the link below. So, okay. Number 7. This is one of my favorite images of the whole 25. The only reason it's not higher is because there are more stronger and better images, but this is one of my favorite images. This is just a single shot. It was at 1.6 seconds, no wind. I wasn't worried about wind. I was at f9, 50 millimeter, which means I had my 50 on, and I was at ISO 100. I love the shape of this. I love the curves. I love the way that the branches curve like this, but the stump curves like this. And I love the way that tree to the right of the stump in the background kind of curves against. So you get all these lovely, wonderful curves. And that's what had me really, fascinated about this. So this video, once again, is down below. But you will see that I didn't see the fact that there is a leaf right to the left of the image. And I didn't even notice that it was there. I would have said something about it. I didn't really notice it was there until I got home and I was processing this image. I think that's really the star of the show of this image. And, great stump, but like I said, I think the real star of this image is that leaf that's sitting so perfectly. I swear I didn't place it. I do that sometimes. I didn't place that one because, like I said, I never even saw it. Anyway, okay, here we go. Another one, number 6. This is Montana. Oh my goodness. I love Montana, guys. You know that if you've been watching these videos. If you haven't been watching these videos, I get to go to Montana a couple times a year to do work. And I love Montana. I think Montana is just one of the most beautiful, most rugged places. I would love to live there. I would love to go there as often as I could because it is just a fantastic place. Anyway, it's a 7-shot pano. And stay tuned because I'm going to make a video on how to do panos too. I want to try to make more videos on how I do these things when I talk about them. So in case you don't know what a pano is and you're a beginner, I'll have a video to link to it. But this is using my older Pentax. This is a K3 II. Sometimes I'll take that when I'm traveling if I don't want to take my big camera or my new camera. But this is at 125th of a second, f9. I was on my 50, ISO 100. This is just quintessential Montana. I love the scrub. I love the fences. I love the mountains, obviously. It's such a moody image. I believe I was there in the spring. The video's down below. I was there in spring, I do remember now. There was still some snow around. It was fantastic. So that's it. I love this one. I love this pano. I love the way this fence is and everything. It's just real quintessential Montana. Makes me very happy. Okay, number 5. This was shot in 2021. So I couldn't use this this is one of the reasons why I really didn't do a top of 23 because, this is an older image, but this is one, I love this image. And again, this is Montana. This is taken from the side of the road. I pulled off into a little park after work and I went over and I made a video and I got this image. And this is one of my favorite images of that whole year. It's probably one of my favorite images in the past 5 years. I don't know. I love this image. I don't remember the name of the park. Like I said, I just pulled off. I saw the mountains in the background and I pulled off. This is the best image though of 21, I think, for me. But single shot, I was focused on the branches. Wasn't too worried about the mountain going out of focus. I was at f/16, so I was going to have pretty good focus back there. That's good. I like that. I'm glad I got focus back there. 15 seconds. It was getting dark. 15 seconds exposure time at f/16. 18 millimeters. So I was on my 15 to 32.8 wide angle Pentax. I was ISO 100. I think the light is what makes this image. I mentioned that in the video. I think that light wasn't back there. I don't know that this image would quite have the life it does. I just like the graphical nature of this, of all these branches. Cold there, cold that time. But go ahead and if you want to see how this one was made, I got a couple of other good ones there too. But like I said, the video will be linked below. Okay, so number 4. Number 4, 3, 2, and 1 could be, all of them I think could probably be my favorites of the last 25 videos. Number 4, quintessential Palouse. If you're not, okay. If you're not familiar with the Palouse, wait till the geeses go away. Geeses? Goslings? No, those are babies, right? Goslings? Yeah, goslings, I think. Okay, anyway. If you're not from this area, you may not know what the Palouse is. The Palouse is an area of eastern Washington. It's all farmland, wheat. I don't know what else they grow there, but I know they grow wheat. But it's rolling hills. It's just amazing. And if you catch it in the right times of the year, it's an absolutely beautiful place. And I just went out to shoot, and I couldn't believe that there was so much snow, but not enough to cover everything. And I love the fact that there's still parts of the ground that are showing. I keep kicking the camera. Sorry. There's a nice quality to the light here too. Honestly, I didn't do anything. This is not photoshopped. This isn't darkened that much. It's just the way the light was, and that's why I kind of went crazy and went, oh gosh, I got to get this. I added the lights to the barn, just to use the paintbrush and Photoshop and painted red and green, and I thought it was a nice touch because it was there, but you couldn't see it. But I love the way the light plays on the snow in the foreground. That was what really drew me to the image. Obviously, I was taking pictures of the barn, but I was moving around the barn, and this foreground was really, really interesting to me. It turns out that that's one of my more favorite parts of the image is the foreground and how the snow and the brush and all that. I like it. I think this is a nice image. 1/25 of a second, f/11, 50 millimeters, ISO 100. That's it. I don't know what else to say about this image. Watch the video below. It's a beautiful video too. I love this area. This is Nick Page country too. I know I keep mentioning Nick Page. All right. So number 3. Wow. This once again is Montana. I'm a big Yellowstone fan. 1923, 1883, Yellowstone. I think they're all just brilliant shows. Absolutely, it's like Montana porn. That's what I always say. This show is so great. You know, the actors are great, but you know, I think the star of the show is the hills, you know, and the area. And I think they'd probably say the same thing too. But I got a chance to go to that area. And it was pretty great. It was pretty great. So I decided I had an extra day in Montana. I wasn't flying out to the next day. And so I decided just to hang around that area and shoot. And so I kind of looked on the map and was just looking for some place to go. Found this lake, Lake Como. I'm like, yeah, let's go see. Oh my gosh, you know, tricky to get in because I didn't have all-wheel drive and I, you know, kind of whatever. I didn't have any signal, but I did have my satellite communicator, so it wasn't gonna be like I was stuck or anything. But so I made my way back to this lake, and man, what a place! What a place! And I really wasn't even thinking that much about it at first. I'm like, yeah, this might be okay. I might be able to get an image out of here. Man, wow. So I love this image because I say this in the video too. I think this image has a perfect setup. That's what I named the video. It is a perfect setup. When I say that, I mean that everything is just, it isn't me. It's not me making a perfect setup. It's just me being able to point the camera and make an image that has all of these elements that are so perfect. That's why I said it's a perfect setup. I love it. Actually, the two trees that are intertwined together, I love too, because it looks like a big fight, Anyway, this is at 1/25th of a second, f11, 50 millimeters, ISO 100. I love the orange leaves. I think the orange against the blue. I didn't have a lot of light that day, so a lot of this is a little bit of Photoshop work to get that color and stuff. But I had to have blue in there because if I didn't, then I just wanted that blue to set off the orange. Those being contrasting colors, that it really works well, I think. Anyway, Montana, once again, what a place. I hope to go back here in the spring because the lake was frozen over and the snow covered. So I can't wait to hit this lake again one evening when it's still and I can get reflections of all of these mountains from this because these mountains are the mountains that they make famous from the Yellowstone. Anyway, that's it for that. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, number 2. This is one of my favorite images. I don't know that maybe I've ever gotten. One of the favorite places, probably one of the favorite places that I've ever been to shoot. I love this place. I came across it by accident. I was out on the logging road and I saw a trail. I knew from the GPS that there was a creek back there. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's just stop and see what's back there. And of course I walked through and there was this setup. Once again, talk about setup. This is a perfect setup. This is beautiful beyond belief. And the problem is that it's been destroyed. It's gone. Windstorm, year or two ago, whatever, came through, blew down all of these trees. I'll show you. I'll put images in now. So sad. I couldn't, because I came back to shoot a video. I was like, I'm going to come back. And all of a sudden I came in and I started seeing all these trees down. And I'm like, wait, what? Hold on. And sure enough, I went back and it looked like this. Tough day, man. Wow. When you have a place this wonderful. I mean, there was shots everywhere here. Everywhere you turn, you could make a shot. And I've only been a few places that are like that. But this place, you could stand in one place and turn a full 360 and you could have made a shot in every direction. It was so beautiful. Now it's gone. Blown over. So. This is an 8-image focus stack. So I am looking for complete sharpness from front to back because everything in this image is beautiful and everything in this image from front to back deserves to be crispy, okay? 1/8 of a second to get the water right. F7.1, 18 millimeters, so I was on my wide angle. ISO 100. Once again, I've linked the video below. And take a look at it. I loved it. I loved that place, and it's just gone. All right, so number one. This is shot in Denali National Park in Alaska. I was working in Fairbanks and I got a chance to go out for a day, head over. I got out of the hotel early and I went over and I drove 2 or 3 hours over to Denali National Park from Fairbanks. Quite a drive. Man, I love this image, guys. I love this image. it's Denali for me. And I only got 30 miles into the park, so I never really saw Denali. I never saw the thing that the park's named after, which is a big, gigantic volcano. But that's 90 miles into the park. I only was able to get in 30 because of the snow. So 30 miles was still a pretty good ways in. Beautiful. What a place. Oh. Anyway, this was on a bridge. I just pulled up and I looked to my left and went, oh my gosh, look at this. And obviously what got to me was the dark of the creek or river or whatever this is, and then the stark snow. But I also love the mountains, and I also love this, the fact that it just goes back forever. So big, so open. That's Denali. The only problem I have with this image is the fact that the footprints, everywhere I went, there was footprints. I would have loved to have had a fresh layer of snow to get rid of the footprints, because you can see down in the foreground, left hand, and up across the river, it's just a place that people can go down and walk around. And yeah, whatever, but it doesn't make for very good. But I still love the picture. I just still love the picture. I still think that it's one of the best pictures I've taken. Maybe not the best picture I've taken, but it's my favorite by far. Information quickly here, so we're not going on too long. 1/50th of a second, like I said, shot from a bridge. F11, 50 millimeter. Once again, it's my 50 millimeter. ISO 100. It's just, Denali blew me away. You don't know that places like that exist until you go there. Anyway, guys, that's it. I appreciate you hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this. Please go down and watch some of these videos. Leave me a comment. Let me know which ones you like, which ones you don't like. Tell me what you like about them. I'd love to hear from you guys, as usual. Once again, I do appreciate you coming along, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time, okay? Bye.
Oh, no. Okay, hopefully that's ground. Nope, not yet. Oh!